If you were running it, how would you fix it?
Look, first of all, I don't have the capacity to really run such a society. And my suggestion for any force that is involved in this conflict, that Gaza, this giant refugee camp, was maintained by the United Nations, by all those who have been exploiting the conflict to keep the tragedy going, should have been dismantled 77 years ago. But they kept a first, a second, a third, and a fifth generation of migrants, refugees, to keep the refugee status, not only in Gaza, also in the West Bank, also in Syria, in Jordan, in Lebanon. These people deserve better. They deserve life. The neighboring countries can't take them. This is where they belong. Their identity is Arab. They can fit right in. And today, I don't think Israel can afford keeping this breeding ground close to its borders. I don't think it's fair. Not after October 7. Most people did not see what happened on October 7. I saw it firsthand, and also I'm aware of the culture. And I am with separation because it has been almost a century. And a century can teach you something. If they have been refusing coexistence and they want to continue this fight for 100 years, do you think another 100 years they would come to realize that we have no other choice but to coexist with our neighbors and accept them for their religious and ethnic identity? Or they are going to continue adapt to Islamic ideology that demonizes the Jews, dehumanize them by the name of Palestine, but at the essence it's an Islamic war that has been going on for 14 centuries. Hamas called their attack after Al-Aqsa Mosque. Okay, they said Al-Aqsa flood, even though they control the mosque. And that mosque is built on the top of the Jewish temple. And the state of Israel allows them to worship freely and does not allow the Jewish citizens to actually enter the mosque, not to offend the Muslims. When Israel captured Jerusalem after the 1967 war, the Jewish generals handed the keys to the Muslims in a peaceful gesture to tell them, it's yours. We are not here to conquer your religion. But do you think this made the Muslims retreat or understand the peaceful message? No. They have been blaming, and they say that Al-Aqsa Mosque is under occupation, even though the Jews are not allowed to go in. This is the reality. It's a religious war, but from one side only, not from the Jewish side. It's from the Islamic side. And in Islam, there has been no such thing as Palestine. They don't have even a name that describes this land. They call it Bayt al-Maqdis, which means like the holy site. That's the name that the Quran gave it. They don't have a real definition or a name, Islamic name of the land. Yet, it's a property theft. It's identity theft. Palestine is nothing but a replacement of Israel, and Islam is nothing but a replacement to Judaism. If you take all the things that the Muslims and Islam stole from other cultures, from other religions, Islam would be left with nothing. There is nothing original to it. It would go back to an idol buried in the sand of the Arabian desert. This is what Islam. It's all borrowed, stolen from Christianity, stolen from Judaism, stolen from other religions. And the same thing they're doing in India, stealing property, stealing identity. So the world is not understanding this religious dimension of it. And of course, Palestine is a fancy idea. You know, Hamas does not believe in nationalism at all. The Muslim Brotherhood don't believe in nationalism.
So they know it's a fiction.
They know it's a fiction. They don't praise it, but they know that it's a very powerful tool. You know, my father, who was one of the founders of Hamas, used to say, we don't believe in Palestine, we don't believe in political borders. He believes in Islamic Khilafah that sits on the globe, on earth, with one leadership. That's not the Israeli ambition. Israel was very satisfied with a small piece of their historic land.
You know, guys, the stock market sitting at all-time highs can have you exposed to three major risks: being over-allocated in stocks, inflation weakening your dollar, and taxes, the single biggest retirement expense for many people. If you're heavily in tech, names like Nvidia and Apple, you could be hit hard by the next market correction. That's why I've partnered with my friends at Lassiter Capital. They help everyday investors access a valuable tool that can build wealth, real estate. These are hard assets that deliver what Lassiter calls the 4 keys to investment success: cash flow, equity, appreciation, and powerful tax advantages. Lassiter Capital is finding opportunities right now that can help protect your wealth and grow it for the future. Go today to LassiterCapital.com. That's LASATER Capital, CAPITAL.com/Dinesh, or you can call 817-912-1569. The number again, 817-912-1569 to schedule your free, no obligation consultation. Again, it's Lassiter, LASATER, LassiterCapital.com/Dinesh.